Hey everybody, and welcome back to AzBytes. Today we have something really exciting to talk about. I'm John.
And I'm Ty. Ever feel like your data's scattered everywhere and you're juggling a dozen tools to get anything done?
If that does sound familiar, stick around. We're about to dive into Microsoft Fabric, a unified analytics platform that's making waves. This might be the game changer for all your data headaches and a big boost for AI innovation. Consider this your one-stop shop for data analytics, and we're going to unpack what that means in the next few minutes. So, okay, Ty, let's get started with the basics. What exactly is Microsoft Fabric?
Well, John, in a nutshell, Microsoft Fabric is an end-to-end unified analytics platform delivered as SaaS, so that's software as a service. It brings together all the data and analytics tools organizations typically need into one place. So imagine taking the best of Power BI, Azure Synapse Analytics, Azure Data Factory, and more, and fusing them into a single integrated experience. Now that's Fabric. Why don't we cover it in the next probably 6 or 7 key points, John?
Yeah, no, good shout. So I guess let's jump straight on in. So first up, that bit around unified analytics platform. So instead of bouncing between separate services for data integration, warehousing, business intelligence, things like that, Fabric can provide that one seamless environment for data engineering, warehousing, data science, real-time analytics, and business intelligence. You name it, it's all under one roof now.
Absolutely. So, number two, we've got 7 core workloads. Fabric isn't just a single tool, it's a collection of integrated experiences. It includes Data Factory for data pipelines and ETL, Synapse Data Engineering, so that's Spark Analytics, Synapse Data Science, so machine learning workflows, Synapse Data Warehousing, so think Lakehouse and Warehouse. We've got Synapse Real-Time Analytics, so that's streaming and live data series, Power BI, so visualization and analytics, and recently released Data Activator, so that's real-time monitoring and alerts, all accessible in one unified canvas. So, Picasso John, what's next?
Next up, OneLake, Ty. So think OneDrive, but for your data. So Fabric comes with OneLake. It's all built in. It's a multi-cloud data lake that every Fabric tenant gets by default. So think of it, like I say, as OneLake, but it's for your data. So it provides that single unified storage system for all your analytics data. So it's going to eliminate those scattered silos. OneLake is lake centric and it's open source, so it's open, architecture. It uses open data formats like Delta Parquet. So basically, you're not locked into any proprietary storage system. It even supports things like shortcuts to data in other platforms, in Azure Data Lake, in Amazon S3 buckets, or even Google Storage. So you can really virtualize and access data right across multi cloud environments without the need to move it around.
Nice one, John. So let's talk AI powered Copilot. So Fabric itself is infused with AI across every layer. It includes Copilot in Fabric, an AI assistant powered by actually Azure OpenAI that you can literally talk in a natural language. So for example, you could say to Copilot, create me a data pipeline that ingests sales data and runs a forecast model. And you know what? It'll generate that code or workflow for you. It means even if you're not a coding wizard, you can create data flows, generate SQL queries, build ML models, or craft Power BI reports just by describing what you need. It's like having a smart pair of programmers for your data tasks. And by the way, Microsoft has ensured Copilot respects your data privacy. So that means it inherits your organization's organizational security and compliance policies and doesn't use your data to train the AI models. John.
That's really good to know, Ty. No, really good. I think look, next up, the integration that Fabric has with Microsoft 365. Because Fabric is from Microsoft, obviously, it plays really, really nicely with other Office apps. So you can discover and use Fabric data directly from those, well-known tools like Excel, Teams, PowerPoint, and SharePoint. For instance, a business user working in Excel can pull in a live data set from OneLake and even create a Power BI report right then and there in Teams. You could have a Fabric report embedded in a channel or a meeting. So basically, all this tight integration means analytics can happen in the flow of that everyday work for your users and staff, bringing data to the people who need it wherever they are.
Now, John, let's talk infrastructure. A huge plus point for the solution is Fabric uses unified compute capacity modeling. So instead of provisioning separate clusters for each service and potentially having some idle while others are working hard, all you do is buy a single pool of compute that all Fabric workloads share. So what does that do? It reduces waste in terms of resources and waste in terms of costs. So if your ETL, and for people who aren't aware, that's extract, transform, and load process, isn't using the full capacity, say at 3 p.m. in the afternoon, that power can be instantly moved to do, for instance, reporting or SQL queries. So what I'm saying is any unused capacity in one area can be used by another, which ultimately means better performance and cost saving overall. It's a simpler thing to manage and a way to manage. So all you do is scale up and down as needed. And generally speaking, it's always cheaper than buying piecemeal solutions, especially when your usage grows.
No, it's good to know. So I guess, Ty, to sum it all up, Microsoft Fabric, it's like having that unified fabric, weaving together all your data pipelines, your analytics and AI needs in one platform. Yes, the pun was intended. So no more patchwork of services. It's all integrated, right?
Yeah, exactly. Now, John, whenever something new comes out, there's always a misconceptions pop up everywhere. So let's clear up some of the common myths, unicorns, and everything in between about Microsoft Fabric. So, John, over to you.
Ty, isn't Fabric just a rebranding of existing tools? I think we've heard this an awful lot. So people think Fabric is merely repackaging of Power BI, Synapse, etc., with a new name. That's not the case. So while Fabric does build on those successful tools, it's much more than just a rebrand. It's a fusion of capabilities with a ton of new integrations. So by unifying Power BI, Azure Synapse, Azure Data Factory, and others under that one hood, Fabric delivers a whole that is basically greater than the sum of its parts. So you get a comprehensive suite for data movement, data science, real-time analytics, and business intelligence working together all out of the box, which you never really had with those separate products. So in short, Fabric is an evolution of those services into a single cohesive SaaS platform, and it's not just a simple renaming.
Yeah, that's good to know that, John. Now, the one that I particularly like is, oh, this is going to be super expensive, right? And actually, it's another misconception because Fabric must cost it must cost a fortune. It's only for the big companies. Well, that's all wrong. Fabric uses a flexible tiering pricing model, so it's capacity based, meaning businesses of all sizes can find an entry point. For example, if you want a smaller capacity like an F2, that's mainly for smaller businesses, and it's an easier way to easy an entry point. But it also means that it's just a few $100 maybe per month. Large organisations can opt for a bigger capacity as needed. So the key, what I'm saying is, it's scalability. It scales up and scales down to fit your budget and needs. You don't need to have you don't need to be a massive enterprise to benefit. Startups, small medium enterprises can all get the benefits by using Fabric from today.
That's right, Ty, because that point you made there, Fabric is just for huge enterprises. Again, as you just mentioned, it's not exclusive to enterprise giants. It's designed to serve everyone, right? From those lean startups to multinationals, like you just said, Ty. So I think that the key thing here is that the pay-as-you-go scalability and flexible pricing allows those small startups to just jump straight in and ramp up over time. In fact, a small team could use Fabric to avoid hiring a huge number of IT staff. Because Fabric SaaS nature offers and offloads that kind of offloading to a lot of that maintenance, the platform grows with your business. So basically, you're not going to outgrow it.
Absolutely, John. Now the next one that I hear very, very regular is implementing Fabric's just going to be a nightmare. Well, do you know what? Change is scary. but Microsoft has worked hard to make Fabric straightforward to adopt. Because it's a SaaS solution, there's no heavy infrastructure set up. You can literally go to the web, sign up for a Fabric workspace literally within minutes. The interfaces are intuitive and familiar, especially if you've used Power BI or other Microsoft tools before. And Microsoft provides comprehensive documentation and learning resources to guide new users. Don't forget, we've got a massive partner network. We've got our unified as well to get you through that or over that hill. And in short, implementing Fabric can be incremental and it can be well supported. It shouldn't be a big bang scary move. John.
Yeah, great points, Ty, as always. So basically, I think the message here is don't let these myths scare you off. Fabric is relatively new, but it's not unproven. It's accessible, it's scalable, it's user-friendly, all by design. So, right, should we jump into a different topic area? Let's talk a little bit about innovation with Fabric, Ty. What do you think?
Well, we can't talk about a modern data platform without talking about AI. So, John, how does Microsoft Fabric help businesses with AI innovation?
Ty, I thought you'd never ask. Great question. So this is actually one of the most exciting parts of Fabric. And maybe we can kind of jump into a few points now, Ty, but Microsoft Fabric is often described as that data platform that for the era of AI. Ty, give me the first point that you've got noted there.
Right, built in Gen AI with Copilot. So we've mentioned the Copilot in Fabric earlier. This is an absolute game changer. Copilot brings Gen AI right into your analytics workflow. This means you can ask questions or give text tasks even in plain English, and the AI will do all the heavy lifting. So let me give you an example. Hey Copilot, build me a customer churn prediction model using our sales and support data. And voila! Copilot can then help assemble the data suggested for machine learning models and even generate code to get you started. This lowers the barrier to entry for advanced analytics with AI. And even if your team doesn't have a PhD data scientist for every project, Copilot can augment your existing talent. It's like having an AI assistant who's versed in data engineering and data science, but more importantly, on call 24/7.
Get into everything at the minute, Ty, right? The other thing I've seen as well is that ability to accelerate data prep for AI. Okay, so any AI project, I think we'll all agree, is only as good as the data that is going to be feeding it, right? So we need to get that right. And with Fabric, your data is there, readily accessible in one lake, remember. It's across all your analytics workloads. So this unified data foundation means that data scientists and AI developers are spending less time hunting for all of that data and consolidating it together. They can tap into the same lake for training data sets, join real-time data with historical data relatively easily, and so on. So Fabric's Synapse data science experiences provide end-to-end tooling for building, training, deploying models, and it's all integrated with the rest of the platform. So basically what this means is this cohesive environment can speed up the development of AI models dramatically, and you can go from that raw data to a deployed ML model without leaving Fabric, Ty.
100%. And then we've got AI powered insights for everyone. So it's not just for the data science folks. Fabric leverages AI to help businesses get the insights too. So Power BI in Fabric includes AI-driven analytics, things like quick insights, natural language Q&A for all your data. It even integrates with Azure OpenAI for generating narrative summaries of dashboards. So a business analyst could ask in the dashboard, explain the dip in sales over the last quarter. And you know what? The next thing you get is an AI generated analysis using that data. So it brings advanced analysis to people who might not be comfortable using Power BI tooling or BI tooling.
That's really exciting stuff, Ty, when you talk about it like that. Just the ability to be able to look at a dashboard and ask it a question is phenomenal, I think. But next up, what about things like continuous innovation and future proofing? And Microsoft is continuously baking more and more features, enhancements into AI into Fabric. they've hinted at upcoming features like automated machine learning, so AutoML, improved AI-driven experiences in the pipeline. And because Fabric is a cloud service, when these new AI features arrive, businesses are going to get them automatically right. So you're essentially riding on that Microsoft cutting edge of AI research and the investments they're making. And plus, because Fabric is open and it supports those open source frameworks and file formats, you can just plug in your own AI models, or you can integrate it with Azure machine learning, really, really easily. So it's a platform that's going to grow with that AI wave, and not let you get left behind, more importantly.
And John, as always, we need to think about responsible AI and security. So as we've already said, Copilot respects your security. Your data stays within your tenant boundaries, and Microsoft doesn't use it to train their models at all. All the enterprise security, compliance, and privacy you'd expect are enforced, so you can innovate with AI very, very safely. Now, this is critical in some industries with strict data regulations. And they want to leverage AI, but must protect sensitive information. Remember, Fabric provides all the controls in that environment.
Yeah, indeed, Ty. And I guess the upshot is that Fabric is basically going to help you infuse AI for innovation into your business faster and easier, right? So it's going to ensure the data is ready and accessible for AI. It's going to provide those tools, like you said, Ty, like Copilot, to speed up that development, and it does it in a really, really governed and secure way. So if your organization is looking at implementing things like predictive analytics, real-time AI driven decisions, or even just a custom chat GPT style application based on your own data, Fabric can accelerate those initiatives while reducing the complexity of it all.
100%. So, John, to wrap up, we're looking at a very modern, unified analytics platform in Microsoft Fabric that can transform how organizations handle data and data analytics. It takes the best parts of Microsoft data ecosystem, adds new capabilities, layers in AI, and delivers it in a single service. The benefits? Well, reduce cost, faster insights, easier to collaborate, and enabling the next generation of AI applications. It's pretty compelling, really. Now, it's not often you see something that can streamline operations and spark innovation at the same time.
Absolutely, Ty. And the best way to get an understanding of Fabric's impact is go and try it yourself, right? So the good news is Microsoft Fabric is available right now with a free trial for anybody that wants to test it out. You can head over to Microsoft Fabric website, sign up without even needing a credit card, Ty. You can start playing with all those features that we've been discussing in this episode. So if you're already a Power BI premium customer, check, because Fabric might be enabled for you already automatically. So just turning it on might just be your first simple step.
And would recommend checking out the resources we provide and Microsoft provide. There's a bunch of learning modules, documentation, and a growing community around Fabric. Links are going to be in the description below. So dive in, experiment with creating a lakehouse, try a Copilot AI, see how it connects to your data. Imagine what you could build if all the data tools work together seamlessly, because that's what Fabric offers.
Yeah, absolutely, Ty. And I guess with that, we hope you found this overview useful and energizing. Microsoft Fabric is poised to be a big leap forward for many businesses in that data analytics space. So if your organization is looking to modernize its analytics or supercharge any AI projects, it's definitely worth a closer look.
And guys, thank you for joining us on this episode of AzBytes. If you enjoyed this and learned something new, give us a thumbs up. For more tech insights and the latest from the Azure world, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel.
Absolutely. And if you've got any questions or thoughts about Fabric, drop them in the comments below. We'd love to hear your take on this, or give us some more insights into a deeper dive in future episodes. So till next time, I'm John.
And I'm Ty.
Happy analyzing, everyone, and stay data driven.
Bye.